Theories of punishment. In English jurisprudence, theories of punishment have evolved over time, reflecting changing societal attitudes toward justice and the goals of criminal sanctions. Various punishment ideas have been proposed by scientists, legal scholars, and criminologists. Here are some important theories. Retributive theory, deterrence theory, preventive theory, rehabilitation theory, restorative justice theory, utilitarian theory, expressive theory, compensation theory. 1. Retributive theory. Retributive theory has its origins in the idea of moral justice and the idea that criminals should be punished according to the harm they have caused. Its purpose is to maintain balance by creating penalties commensurate with the severity of the crime. Supporters believe that revenge can lead to people's unjust anger and support the just desert policy. But critics question its effectiveness in preventing crime and its potential for excessive punishment. Retribution is based on the concept of an eye for an eye. The core idea is that punishment is justified because offenders deserve to suffer for their wrongdoing. Example, in the case of a murderer, a retributive approach would advocate punishment proportional to the severity of the crime, such as imprisonment or even the death penalty. 2. Deterrence theory. Deterrence theory works because fear of punishment prevents a person from committing a crime. General deterrence aims to prevent the public from participating in crime by making the consequences of the crime visible. Specific deterrence aims to prevent the offender from committing another crime by making him fear the consequences of his actions. Critics say the ban is considered a rational decision and will not appeal to people with a sense of indifference or a desire to please. Example: the use of lengthy prison sentences for drug trafficking offenses is intended to deter both the convicted individual and others who might be considering similar illegal activities. 3. Preventive theory. Preventive theories are important to public safety and aims to prevent future crimes through measures such as incarceration or surveillance. Incapacitation seeks to protect society by physically restraining offenders, rendering them unable to commit further crimes. Critics have raised concerns about over-incarceration, the potential for harsh sentencing, and failure to address underlying problems that lead to crime. Example: a repeat violent offender may receive a lengthy prison sentence to keep them away from the general population and prevent potential harm to others. 4. Rehabilitation theory. Rehabilitation focuses on reforming offenders through education, treatment, vocational training, and other interventions. The aim is to address the root causes of criminal behavior and provide individuals with the skills to integrate into society. Supporters argue that rehabilitation can reduce recidivism and benefit individuals and society. Critics say effective rehabilitation can be difficult and won't work for all offenders. Example: community-based rehabilitation programs for non-violent offenders, such as drug treatment courts, aim to address underlying issues like addiction, reducing the likelihood of recidivism. 5. Restorative justice theory. Restorative justice aims to repair the damage caused by crime and involves all stakeholders, including victims, offenders, and communities. It aims to provide healing, accountability, and reconciliation. The process includes discussion, feedback, and active involvement of the affected parties. Critics have raised concerns about its relevance to major crimes and that it could lead to disproportionate consequences. Example: victim-offender mediation programs, where the victim and offender meet to discuss the harm caused and agree on restitution or other measures. Embody the principles of restorative justice. 6. Utilitarian theory. Utilitarianism evaluates punishment in terms of its overall impact on society and aims to maximize happiness and minimize harm. Punishment is appropriate if the benefits of punishment to society outweigh the harm caused by the crime. Critics say this could be unfair to minorities and ignore individual rights. Example: utilitarian sentencing policies might favor community service or fines for non-violent offenses, aiming to correct behavior while avoiding the negative consequences of long-term incarceration. 7. Expressive theory. Expressive theory views punishment as a guide to social value and punishment of misbehavior. It aims to recognize social norms and demonstrate the organization's disapproval of crime. Critics question its effectiveness in achieving results beyond the rules. Example: public trials and sentencing ceremonies serve an expressive function by publicly denouncing criminal behavior and reinforcing societal norms. 8. Compensation theory. Compensation theory focuses on compensating the victim for his or her suffering. Criminals must pay compensation to their victims as part of their sentence. Supporters talk about compensation and financial benefits for victims' rights. Financial assistance. Critics say the payment will not cover all aspects of justice, such as protection or social security. Example: the compensation theory is applied by requiring defendant to compensate plaintiff for the harm caused by his/her criminal act. The focus is on restoring the victim to the best extent possible and acknowledging the concrete consequences of the crime. Conclusion. In summary, different theories of punishment point to the difficulty of solving behavior in society. Each theory provides a unique view of the purpose and logic of punishment. Changes in these views reflect changing understandings of justice, human behavior, and human needs. Revenge implies moral responsibility, prevention seeking protection, and rehabilitation through change. Justice and rehabilitation emphasize the importance of correction and balance. When legal systems embrace these issues, they must strike a balance between individual rights, social security, and the aims of justice. Holistic approaches often combine these perspectives to provide a multifaceted response to crime, and recognize that effective punishment must consider the individual, the victim, and society at large. In such an environment, the search for justice and fairness remains an ongoing process.